Well, this isn't about the Bengals.
It was a great season, though. I mean, they got pretty far.
Yeah. My name is Brody, but people call me Brody Bus.
And my name is Phil, but you might know me as Phil the Kid.
Welcome to Sports Talk Junior with Brody Bus
And Phil the Kid.
But the Dallas Cowboys versus Green Bay was crazy.
I know. That was a big upset on that game.
But, what shocked me the most, actually, wasn't how they were wide open most of the time. Green Bay was wide open most of the time. What shocked me the most was that Green Bay had a humongous lead.
Yeah.
And Dallas came back in fourth quarter and almost won.
I know.
Was pretty close.
That part right there, I was like, okay. I thought they had no chance anymore, but they started coming up, and I thought, okay, they almost got that onside kick.
Yeah. Also, another thing that was crazy was how Dak Prescott played terrible.
I know. He went, I forgot, in CD for the first quarter went 7 targets and only 2 catches.
And Dak Prescott threw so many picks and pick sixes. Also, Dallas Cowboys had a terrible offense and defense.
I know.
But the offense kind of came back towards fourth quarter.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter, the gears started to turn. It started to click to them. But it was too late.
Yeah.
They were already down by a big, huge lead. And really, as we saw in the Houston Texans, in the Houston Cleveland game, if you get out by a big lead, there's almost no way you can come back from that.
Yeah. But let's talk about the KC Dolphins game. That was the game I wanted to watch the very most.
Yeah.
The KC Dolphins was crazy. I predicted the Chiefs to win 24-21. And I would have liked to see Tyreek Hill make a crazy catch for the game-winning touchdown, though they lost. I would also like to see the Dolphins win.
Yeah.
I personally feel like this is very controversial, but I personally feel like Taylor Swift has made the Chiefs worse, especially Travis Kelce. Because as soon as Taylor Swift has been dating Travis Kelce, the Chiefs have been making a huge decline in points, and honestly, you guys might be mad, but I don't like Patrick Mahomes because he's a crybaby. Because every time the refs do an actual good call and not just a call for the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, he throws his helmet down on the ground.
Exactly.
Which is very unsportsmanlike.
But I saw Miami at that game. So KC was -9 degrees. Miami at the same time
was 69 degrees.
Was 69 to 71 degrees. This game would have changed entirely if it was at Miami.
Yeah, I honestly think that if the game was played in Miami or somewhere a lot warmer, Miami would have pulled it off and won.
And you said that Miami and KC was the game you wanted to watch. Why was it?
Because Miami is a super good team. Well, pretty good team. And KC is also a pretty good team. And like I want to see a warm weather team go against a cold and warm weather team, which is Miami is warm weather and KC is cold weather and warm weather.
Yeah, so it can just battle. For me, I really wanted to see the Lions and Rams game. I thought Jared Goff was on the Rams. He was on the Rams, but he traded to the Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford was on the Lions and then traded to the Rams. It was basically just battle Rams, Lions, QBs.
But also, so actually, Eminem, he tweeted before the game, he said, "Hey Stafford, I know you used to play for the Lions, but do you mind if you throw the game a little so Lions can win?" And also, Matthew Stafford's kids were born in Detroit, so they were always Detroit fans. But but when he his kids were like, who do we cheer for? Should we cheer for my dad's team or should we cheer for our hometown team?
Yeah.
They decided to cheer for their dad's team, but I feel like they were secretly cheering for the Lions.
And I was too. I thought the game was going to be 31-13 Lions win. Obviously, it wasn't. It was a very, very close game. They were scoring first half back to back. Keep going every single time. And then, second half, they came down. They were they calmed down. But wow, I did not think it was going to get that close.
And also, those fans, when the game ended, they were crying their butts off.
Yeah.
Because it's been 30 years since Lions have been to a playoff and won. But also, I feel like every Bengals fan have became Lions fans tonight.
Yeah.
Because this is how we felt when we made it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
2 years ago, which is crazy. And I mean, we started crying when we made it to the playoffs and won.
And it felt good. It really felt good. But let's go back to the KC and Miami game.
Yeah.
In the third quarter, this really doesn't happen to Mahomes. But he threw a ball that was right away from the wide receiver. It was called intentional grabbing. Yeah. How do you feel about that? I mean, Mahomes, the call. Well, I don't think it is. I think he's not the best. But
I don't either.
People calling the best QB got an intentional grounding call. And next play.
He should have gotten intentional grounding because he was inside the lines. If he's inside the lines and he throws it away, it's intentional grounding. He has to run outside.
And if next play, he actually, if he wasn't a whole yard away, if he was a yard away, a little to the left, that would have been another intentional grounding.
Yeah.
Because he just threw it and there was nobody there.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. And let's talk about some predictions, okay? I think about the Monday games. I saw the Monday games. I saw the matchup. I fought for the Bills and Steelers game. I really wanted to see some good connections with Diggs and Josh Allen. I also wanted to see Rudolph and Pickens get some good connections too.
Pickens sucks.
Really?
I think he sucks because he throws so many picks. I mean, picks is in his name, first of all. And also, like, he does really bad throws. I'm pretty sure, like, he has pretty good wide receivers.
Rudolph, yeah, Pickens is a very good wide receiver. Rudolph, I get
is a
it.
QB.
He got some good things on that Bengals game. But that was really just George Pickens. But I still want to see a good game. So I am going to say that it's going to be 21-17 Bills win it.
Ooh. But also, like, I feel like Mason Rudolph is making the Steelers look good. Because remember, towards beginning of the season, week 7 or whatever, like, they were like 3-4.
I was
and as soon as they benched Kenny Pickett and put Mason Rudolph in, they won so many more games. They played so much more well. But I predicted for this game, it'd be pretty close, actually.
Yeah.
So, like, honestly, 14-21, Bills win.
wow.
But, like, have you seen the video where shirtless people were shoveling the stadium, and one guy, he was like
Sliding.
Yeah.
Sliding on the
to get all the snow out? But where would they put the snow if it was in a stadium?
Yeah.
And like,
they got paid though, so I would have done it too.
it's only $20 an hour, and it's in a huge stadium.
These controversies in the playoffs, crazy. I mean, like, how are they going to move a game from the level when it's a football game? I mean, it's football level for the Bears, but they get moved to Monday. But when someone dies on the field, they just
Nobody's
cancel.
gonna die.
They did it last year. Jamal Hamlin.
He didn't die.
He
just had a heart attack, and then he had a cardiac arrest. He went to a hospital, and he was fine after a few days. He didn't die.
I don't know. I don't know. But also, what are the refs doing?
I know, bro.
I mean, you were going Detroit Cowboys game, 2-point conversion, a lineman goes for eligible. You're just going to walk off and not even talk to them, and then when they catch the ball, you throw the flag.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now you're not allowed to ref for the playoff game.
But also, just this year, I'm pretty sure, I swear, the Chiefs pay the refs to only play for them. Because earlier this year, I think it was, against the Jets. So, like, Patrick Mahomes threw it pretty deep. Like, he was on the 40, he threw it to the 20.
Yeah.
And he, like, so the refs, like, he threw it, and who was guarding who?
I forgot.
It was somebody guarding, it was a Jets player guarding someone, and the ref threw the flag as soon as he caught a pick. But it was pass interference way before. I bet they wouldn't call pass interference if he caught it.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, instead of the Detroit Lions punter is like the only good punter. I mean, people are now like doing 30-yard punts, 40-yard punts, sometimes getting 50-yard punts. The Detroit Lions punter, 60-yard punt.
60 plus.
59, 62. I mean, that's crazy.
But also, like, I'm excited for next week's wild card because, first of all, who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl?
Ooh, I think, I believe in the colors of the Super Bowl thing.
Same.
So I think it's going to be 49ers Ravens. If it's not,
and if it's not, it's going to be Chiefs versus who was it?
Lions.
Yeah, Lions.
I think if it's not that, it's going to be Lions Ravens. I think Ravens are going to go in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Like, because remember, for the past few years, it's been the same. Because Rams versus Bengals. Wait, was it? Rams versus Bengals. Bengals colors were on the top, they lost. Ram colors were on the bottom, they won. And then it was Chiefs versus Eagles. Eagles colors were on the top. Chiefs colors were on the bottom. Chiefs won. And this year, the Niners are on the bottom.
No, it was the Ravens on the bottom.
Ravens on the bottom and Niners on the top. I bet you the Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl.
I feel like Ravens are definitely going to go in the Super Bowl. But also, let's talk about the Packers again. I mean, that defense, Jair Alexander, Darnell Savage, both getting picks, big time picks. Darnell Savage.
Pick sixes.
Yeah, getting a pick six. I mean, that was crazy.
The one play where Jordan Love, like, he threw it all the way down. He was on the, 60. He threw it to the 10 to, who was it? It was their last touchdown, I think.
Ooh, I don't know.
But, he threw it to, he was on 40 the Dallas side, and he threw it to the 10 on Green Bay's side. And he was so wide open, it was insane. He threw it, he had enough time to stand, he had enough time to catch it, and, turn around, stand still, wait for the ball to be in his hands, and he had enough time to jog in the end zone, which is 10 yards.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys' safety and the entire defense could not guard.
Exactly. And also, that fourth quarter, Matthew Stafford, he's throwing no-look passes sidearm, no-look pass, screen pass. I mean, he looked like Patrick Mahomes out there.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, even the announcers were saying stuff like that. And Packers just shutting down
But Jared Goff, I personally feel like he's so underrated.
Jared Goff is definitely
Because he throws really well.
Yeah.
He's a really good QB. And how long has he been in the NFL? 4 years?
A little more, I think.
But he has a bigger potential if he keeps it
does have a lot of potential.
And I feel like he can carry the Lions to the Super Bowl also.
And I think this was just crazy how every single announcer was picking just one thing. I mean, the Cowboys Packers game. You might think one person gotta pick the Packers. No, there was 0 people who picked the Packers to win. Every single person picked the Cowboys to win.
I thought the Cowboys would win.
I thought the Cowboys was gonna win too.
But the meme, well, have you seen it yet? It was, I think he actually said it. I think Dak Prescott actually said it. I think he actually said, "Yep, I sucked today."
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't see that.
After the game, walking off.
Wow. Well, speaking of Dak Prescott talking about, how about him saying, "Here we go"? I mean, I think that is what they lost because usually when you do something like that, you say something, you say hut, and you never jump, hut,
Just
hut,
watch the ball.
until you say "Here we go." That's and their snap is until Dak Prescott says "Here we go," don't jump. But when he says "Here we go," the next
Well, I don't listen. I just watch the ball.
the next clap or snap is going to be the real count. And I feel like that really brought down their offense. Because when you see that on tape, you see that every single play, he says "Here we go," and then they snap it. You go, "Here we go." But now, so when you're on defense, you can literally just lay back and wait. And then when you hear "Here we go," you're like, okay, time to go. And then, that's how you can blitz. And that's why he got
But
sacked.
if you watch the ball, it's actually faster.
Yeah.
Because, sound is slower than...
That's why he got a lot of sacks. Because for the Packers, they were okay, for blitzes, when you say "Here we go," for a corner blitz, when you say "Here we go," start running straight. And then they would time it, and then boom, out sack. And that was just mind-blowing.
But also...
They didn't try and change it.
But also, when Prescott threw his first pick, I can read lips. I can read lips.
Yeah.
And he said, he was walking off the field when he threw his first pick six, he said, which actually means unbelievable. He said unbelievable. And that just made me laugh so hard. Because, he threw it.
Yeah.
And it was really wide open. He lit,
Yeah.
he threw it. Let's say the Cowboys player is here.
Yeah.
The Green Bay player is here. And he's he throws it to you.
Yeah. That play right there, he was throwing it to CD Lamb. And that's just, don't force the ball. Some people say, throw it to your best player. And yeah, you should throw it to your best player.
Only if he's wide open.
But don't force it to your best player. Because
Only
stuff
to your
like
best
that
player
will
if he's
happen.
wide open.
Because CD Lamb is the best wide receiver. And he wasn't open. And Dak Prescott was okay, nothing's open. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not going to scramble and make more time so they can play make goal. No, he just forces
Throws
it,
it to the.
and then Darnell Savage gets a pick six.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that, especially in the playoffs. You just can't.
You make
do that.
one mistake, that will lead to more bigger mistakes.
Yeah, one mistake. Okay, you're fine. Like one punt, 3 and out. It's okay. But punts over and over. What my friend says, that also does podcasts, says always end with a kick. Either a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. You should never, ever end a possession without a kick. Because that means
It's a pick or a fumble.
you turned over the ball. You didn't punt the ball. You didn't go as planned. You didn't punt the ball. You didn't kick the ball. Or extra point. You didn't get a touchdown and then did the extra point.
Or even 3 points. For,
Yeah.
field
Field
goal.
goal. You went and you did something stupid.
But, like, if you on, let's say, for example, this probably didn't happen, but let's say you're on the 20-yard line of your side of the field, and it's 4th down. I'm not going for it. I'm punting it.
But
Unless, like, 4th and 1 or 4th and inches.
now the Detroit Lions coach. You see 4th and 7, fake punt. You do a
Oh, that
fake
was
punt.
crazy.
I mean, I watched that game. A fake punt. I haven't seen that
And
so long.
last time I saw it was in Madden, but
I know. Like,
that only happens in Madden, but
you don't do fake punts. Except when you're the Detroit Lions. Because
you normally get
whenever you see 4th down, you don't know what the Detroit Lions coach is going to do. You could fake punt it,
he could punt it,
and
he could go for it.
and he's, oh my gosh. If you would have told me that the Detroit Lions would go 4th down and go for it and get set. And if they wouldn't have got that, they would have lost. I would have thought that was in your dreams.
Yeah.
But wow, that was crazy. And let's go back. We haven't really talked about this one yet. The Cleveland Browns, Houston Texans. Wow. I mean, I thought Cleveland Browns had this in the bag. I thought Houston Texans was not as good as the Browns at all. And I thought all that. But wow, the Texans come off and blow them out. They come back a little, but wow. 14 to 45, I think, 46.
Yeah.
Wow. That was not expected.
But also, I know Joe Flacco is 38,
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah, there was Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, but he's the 5th quarterback this season, for the Browns, and he took them to the playoffs. Not counting, Brady and all those other old guys.
Yeah.
Imagine being 38 plus, and you carry your team that has a bunch of rookies on it to a Super Bowl. No, not Super Bowl, to the playoffs. Yeah, they lost, but they had a great season. Browns had a great season.
And wow, this was a great first podcast. And I'm happy that you came. Thanks for joining us on our first podcast.
Make sure you listen
to us next week
for more football content.
Bye.
Thank you.